Eating healthy isn't something that just happens overnight. It requires planning. Registered dietitian Pohley Richey gives some tips on how to take the first steps. Pohley, it is so great to see you, and I know a lot of us are really trying to focus on those healthy eating habits. So help us out. Share some healthy eating principles that we need to keep in mind so we can make those healthy changes.
So one thing I really emphasize with people is keeping it simple. Starting with very minimally processed or unprocessed foods, filling up your plate with all of the food groups. One really great resource is to look at the USDA's My Plate, which really shows us kind of a visual representation of what your portion sizes should look like, and also that you should include all of the food groups at each meal. Plus, My Plate really emphasizes the concept of filling half your plate with colorful vegetables and fruits. I think that's a really good place to start. I also emphasize with people is cutting out sugar. That's a really big one where we can easily improve our health by decreasing that from our diets.
Great, and we hear a lot too about meal plans. Is that important when it comes to making those changes to eat healthy?
So meal planning doesn't necessarily have to look the same for everybody. Some people do like a weekly meal plan and then will grocery shop and meal prep. I typically will look just a couple days ahead so that I make sure I have those ingredients on hand for my healthy meals that I want to make. But also what you want to do when you're meal planning is think about the type of day that you have going on and match that to the complexity of your meal. If you have a really busy day, you want to have a simple meal that you're making at night. And then the other concept too, I think that goes right along with meal planning is called batch cooking. And that's where you basically, it's a glorified way of saying make more for leftovers. So you can repurpose one meal that you cook into several others.
It's easier, at least to me, it seems, when everyone's all on board, right? So help us. How do we instill this in our kids, and how do we get the family all on the same page?
Involving your kids in healthy meal planning, maybe in cooking a little bit. Have them go to the grocery store with you and pick out some fresh, colorful produce. And then on the other side of the coin, activity. Find family activities that you enjoy, that aren't a chore, that your kids like to do. Shooting hoops, jumping rope, playing hopscotch, things like that, where it just gets you all out and moving together, and is something that's sustainable and that you enjoy.
If people watch and they want to take those first steps towards those healthy eating habits, just that healthy lifestyle, where do they begin?
Pick one thing to do that is going to affect your health for the positive. So maybe you drink sugar sweetened beverages. And so maybe your one thing that you would start with is maybe you're not going to bring those into the home. Maybe what you want to do is incorporate more vegetables into your diet. So maybe a specific concrete goal might be that you're going to serve 2 different colors of vegetables at each dinner. So, pick something that's small, work on that for a while so you establish that habit, and then add to that.
And Pohley, where can people go to learn more?
Sure, they can log on to saltzerhealth.com. They can find me there. I do nutrition counseling. And also if they want to find out more information about Choose My Plate, you can go to that website, which is choosemyplate.gov. There is education and resources available there. That's fantastic.